All right, so off to the races. NIO 36, Donkey Kong, U, AMT, Nvidia up a little bit. Market was up 1% overnight-ish, if I'm not mistaken, and not looking super hot right now. IPHI 22, some earnings. GMed, some earnings. Twitter, I think it's earnings. I don't know. Fastly popping up out of below. NIU, NIO looking great. Looking great. All right, Facebook up 3.4. After earnings after market tonight, apparently for a lot of companies, I was unaware of that. What's up, Rob? AMD, DDOG, EXPI. How did EXPI end up today? Yesterday, I didn't pay. I didn't look. Okay, not too bad. So if you remember, this was my entry last time. I didn't enter. I still could enter if I wanted to. Market's in a slightly different place than we were on 10.5. At 10.5, we were on the upswing. Now we are hoping we've bottomed. So slightly different scenario. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and someone else. Yeah, Microsoft or something. IBD sent me a notification this morning, as they usually do. Because they're like, oh, you need to see this. Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet are due. So Alphabet. Yeah. That's a big day right there. See Tesla popping up here as well, 1%. EXPI, DDOG, Starbucks, GBTC, and LVGO down on earnings. Good thing I didn't buy. So tempted to buy. It'll be up 12% by the end of the day. It's the way ish goes. All right, so check out the top. Global watch list. Dorm. Oh, GMed. CTSH. Cognizant new highs, at least in the daily. Twitter's still trying to work its way out. Dorm, EDU. NIO's still looking great. It's just been rough, Rob. I mean, I've been up and down and up and down, and it's tiring. It's very freaking tiring. IDXX service now. EDU. That's looking 5.9's looking pretty good. My goodness, man. Again, earnings coming out. Son of a bitch. There's Atlassian. Nice, tight, and concise. Again, right before earnings. Really not much to do. We may as well just go away. I got to drive to Flagstaff today. An old customer of mine wants me to go hang some TVs. So I'm going to go do that for them. They didn't like anyone else that they talked to, so I'm going to go do what I do. Or do what I did. NAO still looking really good. Tesla stable as well. Man, both of these companies have just been really good. Fastly, how did they drop 50% and are holding tight? Oh, that drop. What was that drop again? I don't know. Oh, it's a warning. Is the warning, huh? Yeah. I Man, if you're super ballsy, you can give it a shot, but I don't want to. That's a lot of volume, and I don't want to be jumping. I don't play that game. I can't. I can't do that. I yeah. I just can't do that. NAO on the other hand, complete opposite direction. NAO looking very nice. New high for NIO. Yes, that's. I think it's one thing you do when you don't have focused positions, Rob. Is you have that ability. If you got hyper focused positions, you just there's no patience necessarily. I mean, you could have patience. Maybe I just don't have patience. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, JD355. All right, handling out much nicer now. It's like I was running the gun when I was trying to play with this one before. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb, Randy. That's really nice. Let's go back and look at JD. I like JD. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. Modest volume on the decline. Good volume on the way up. Volume lowering in the handle. I can't be mad at it. All right, so what are you looking at? You're looking at a 80, 8550 times 20% is 102.6. Call it an even 100, which means you're going to call it 98, which makes it not as good of a trade. Pins. All right, we'll look at pins. Give me a second here to watch list this particular potential trade. It's still 100%. That's not bad. Although by the time it gets there, it's not going to be good. Pins. Pinterest. Gotcha. Dang, son. Wow. Wow. Holy crap. That's amazing. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Oh, this thing takes a while to do something, though. It just likes to gap up, it looks like. There's one run right here. Gap, gap. Here's a gap. Gap and sideways. It'll start running eventually, maybe right now. It does remind me of Snapchat, though. Look at Snapchat. Snapchat with a huge gap and a beautiful, beautiful little base setting up right here. I think I'm going to be buying this on if this ever tries to break it. If the market ain't falling apart. Yeah. I know NIL's going nuts. Well, yeah, look at this. I mean, I almost bought this. I don't know. I actually think I did buy it yesterday or the day before, and then I sold it because I'm retarded. Marcus is not conducive to me right now. Yeah, 1028. Three U's? There's three U's also? What? Okay, let's look at U. Not bad. How about UU? Is there a UU? There is a UU. It's not very good. How about a UUU? Big old gap. How about a quad U? And not very good. So depending on how many U's you have depends on if you're a good stock or not. So I think that's what it is. What do you mean, Ellie? NIO? Oh, or my U's? Yeah, the U's is reason. I think that's really good. Fastly, yeah, if you're gonna bottom buy, I think it's a decent opportunity. It's not my cup of tea. I really don't like buying stuff like this because you could just sit down here for weeks and months and whatever. It does have a pretty strong support though. It's underneath it at the moment. You know, maybe by the end of the day it'll try to come back up. But I mean, it's got earnings of negative 0.04, whatever that's worth. They did, they did warn early, hence the large gap. But last time they came up and solidified a little bit, but we don't have that solidification yet on the way down here. If you're just looking at price action, you have this gap down, which kind of came down to this prior low, and then we came up and formed a little flag and broke up. Like that to me probably could, if I was watching Fancy, that could have been a decent entry right there. But you still were messed with down here. Um, See right there, formed a hammer candle. Again, same thing. You formed a higher consolidation. This one's sloppier, obviously. But then you have converging moving averages and then moving up. And then hopefully you didn't get caught in that, wiping down all of your gains, killing everything. And then now you're back down here again. But we don't have that nice little pop up yet. So I'm not technically a bottom buyer, but if I were to bottom buy, and I mean, I have done it in the past, don't get me wrong. I would wait for some bullish action. And right now, we're at the lowest level in this sequence. And so I just don't see that as any bullish action. So that's my personal opinion. I don't know if I'd be nibbling on it. Maybe by the end of the day, if we start to pop up, if you see some bottoming action intraday, maybe you could try to get involved. But not for me, not right now. Yeah, maybe next week or something. I don't know. We'll see how the day ends up today. But like I said, it ends up popping up, getting above 72, and then you want to buy it above 72 or whatever this line is at. Then you can do something like that. Start nibbling at it or something. Yeah, sure, Pete. Earnings show good growth year over year. Okay. Every day could be fake, Ellie. In terms of that, we're still within range of the Nasdaq. This drop we had about a month or two ago, we're still within this range. So as long as we're within this range, we haven't broken trend in any direction. And this is just garbage chop, which I hate. Yeah. I mean, Tesla with lower volume here is good. NIO looks really good. You still have some leading industries doing pretty good, but I mean, elections coming up. It's just not, I don't think there's much to do. That's just my, at least for me in my positions. Um, I can't have these massive, these crazy gaps overnight, big swings in the market. I just can't do it with what I'm doing. Actually, Rob said something interesting earlier. He says, I don't mind waiting for a discount. I think that's great. At the same time, I don't mind waiting for a much better market. Just two ways to view the waiting. You can either view it in a position or out of a position, and I tend to wait better out of a position. If I'm in a position waiting, um, unless it's Tesla, I'm doing fine with Tesla, but any of these other companies that I don't have a lot of I think one of the reasons I'm able to hold Tesla so long is because I know so much about it. Most other stocks, I mean, I think it's really difficult. If they're like, you don't know how many, say you wanted to buy NIO, for instance. Like, I don't think we could go, research NIO and find 25% of what we could find about what we know about Tesla. At least I don't think you could. So I'm okay just hanging out. I mean, it's a little tough. I want to do something, but it's tough not doing stuff. It's kind of its own weird thing. IPHI 19%. So they've dropped down. I don't remember them being up that much. My memory sucks this morning. Gilead. Oh no, GMed. I'm sorry. Um, GMed doing pretty good on earnings, but giving up a lot. Casa, eh. Twitter going up again a little bit. I don't know if they had earnings before market or after market here. Earnings conference call, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Why are you going to throw Central into the mix? Goofy enough with East and West. 9:29 aftermarket. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with aftermarket. I guess. I guess we can just look at the news. Doesn't I don't see a bunch of earnings numbers sticking up here. So probably aftermarket. NIO 5% up here poking at highs. We backed away from a high, but we did touch one for a little bit. But we're not going too far. NIO is great. I think Snapchat's great too. I really like Snapchat. I was looking at Snapchat yesterday going, ooh, doggy. I really wanted to buy that thing, but I didn't. And good thing it hasn't broken out yet. And I will flipping all of us from the highs. What do you mean? What do you mean flipping you from the highs? Like trying to get you out of the stock by going into highs and then coming back down? I don't know, man. If I look at the volume and price action, no, I don't. I don't. I wish I did. I wish I bought it when I really liked it. I'm like, I really, really, I said it like 3 to 4 times over here. And then, boom, huge pop. I'm like, damn it. That's why. It's just, no, it's general market keeping me out, man. If we were in a good market, I would be holding an NIO just fine. I'm just scared. It's what it is. I'm just scared of the market in relation to NIO. And I don't know if I need to be. I mean, we talk about the market going up after the election, but I don't know if it's going to do that. That's historically what it's done, but I don't know what it's going to do this time around. Maybe the market really hates Biden. I've got no idea. Maybe, but in a macro sense, you're going to think both presidents are going to pass a stimulus package. So it's much ado about nothing for the markets. I mean, if Biden wins, maybe we'll see additional tax selling on profits in case they do, decide to raise capital gains rates. And if Democrats win the Senate and the House and the presidency, you know, I mean, didn't do much under Obama, but the market was already killed under Obama. Didn't do much under Clinton either, but I don't know. I'm just a little nervous. And then the markets are making me nervous. I mean, I'm not nervous about the election. I'll be fine if Trump wins. I'll be fine if Biden wins, and so will all of you. But I'm nervous about what the market's gonna do. Should go to Kazakhstan, eh? Go buy me a wife. Sorry, my worldview is formed by Hollywood. Unfortunately. Hold on a sec. Well, the whole premise of that movie was was somehow Borat was put in prison for 14 years, came out, went back home to go on his secret mission, went home to say goodbye, and then found his 15-year-old daughter locked up in a barn. And then she somehow got herself out of the locks and the chains in the barn to jump into the cage that Johnny the Monkey was going to be in so they could give Johnny the Monkey to Mike Pence. And he ended up, his daughter ended up eating Johnny the Monkey. And so then he had to give his daughter to Mike Pence. So it's pretty bad. That's what I got you for, Ellie. Help. Help me. Talk to someone about what? It was a movie I saw. Yeah, I don't think a movie like Borat can be spoiled, Blair. Like I knew half of the plot going into that thing, and it was still good. And I know 6% staying strong. Market 0.74 not going away yet. We'll see if it does. YY looking good. Look at YY lately. Look at all those big, beautiful pocket pivots, huge candles, and then another pretty decent one today. Look at my long-term turnaround play here. It's been a long time coming. Um, Best Buy, you know what? Best Buy is likely, if it's not already huge, it's huge. So I mentioned earlier, I'm going to go to Flagstaff today. Flagstaff's about 150 miles from me. I have an old client who bought a house up there, wants me to go hang a couple of TVs, and he can get no one to go help him. Everyone is just busy, and Best Buy is like the center of that kind of universe. So it makes sense. Best Buy would be super good. So earnings aren't coming up for a while. Looks like end of November. 50-day moving average, hopefully acting as support. I guess if you're, it's not something not really as momentous as I like to purchase, but yeah, I don't think it's too bad. NIO is one that's definitely worth looking at. NIO and Snap are probably two of my favorite right now. Snap headed down, volume not very heavy though. NIO going in the right direction. So we're sitting right at the highs again. How's our volume doing? Rob mentioned overstock, and thing needed a big drop. You kidding me? This reminds me of Nvidia 2018. I don't even know what to say about that. Really have no idea. From 2 to 125, that is a what the fuck. That is a what the fuck. What's a 50x to where it is right now? 50, no 35, 35x. This would be a 75x minus the 0.50, which is going to make it be like a 40x. But still, that's some crazy shit. Out of all the stocks that we were looking at during the pandemic, not one of us said, Overstock probably would make a good value play. And then Overstock goes on to do something stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. They don't show what the estimates were. NIO. There you go, NIO. See, it makes me want to jump in. All time high. Great volume this morning, too. Jeesh. Yeah, I had a trade I was looking at for 145%. It is now 97%. So I don't know. I may just have to let it go based on stuff. All right, 1.17 for the Nasdaq, bouncing off that lower Bollinger Band almost exactly yesterday. For whatever that's worth, no idea what that's worth. Tesla pretty stable down here. What's today? Today's Thursday. Maybe I'll roll over my Tesla options trade. Yeah, like I said, it makes me want to get in, but I don't know. Yeah, you can let it go, Ellie. Wait for better pastures. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to buy it too. Stop yourself, Ellie. If you really don't want, if you really have an inkling about it, you got to learn to stop yourself. Yeah, but I mean, you can buy it. You can buy it small position size. That's what I did yesterday, and I got hurt a little small, but it's looks really good. Yeah, with Tesla stable, markets at 1.2. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. It could go, but probably will go. I probably should buy it. Screw it, I'm buying it. Just change my mind real quick. Let's do it. That's what your wife's for. I'm your friend that wants you to do all the crazy shit. Well, you're screwed. There's the ugly emoji. Good God, man. Some nerd friend who could be the voice of reason. Why's it gotta be a nerd friend? To replace water with blood. Should be a simple SVG change. Just go ahead and make that happen. And NAO big red candle. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, so let's take a look at Tesla. I actually have to leave in the middle of the market being open to go to Flagstaff. I got to leave right after power hour. Um, So yesterday I did the amazingly insightful thing of rolling over my call that I sold from a 450, which is now worth 10 cents, to a 430, which is now worth 57 cents, 56 cents. So I'm already up. I was up like 85% on the other one. Now I'm up 50% on this one. So it did pretty good right there. Today being Thursday, I could roll it over to the following week and just capture all of that. So here's theta. I put theta in my mix because if I'm selling, then, I'm be capturing theta. So 430 is down to the 48-cent theta range, 49-cent theta range. I wonder what that range puts us at here. See now I'm in, if I go to 450, I'm in the 45 theta range, and I have more time, which could be good and bad. So 45 for 450, and then 49. Okay, so that's not too bad. Then I could look at the charts and say, okay, where's Tesla going to go next week with me and all my future foresighting capabilities, which there are none, but still, lots of decent options here. The 465 is always a good option. So next week, 465 is $1.22. It doesn't seem quite worth it. That makes it. I have 3 really long calls on Tesla now, and that would only give me $360, which would suck. So we got to look closer. And I have 2 other candidates. This guy, it basically 450 again. I could do 447.50 if that's an option, and then the same 430 that I shorted yesterday. But that's really close. So let's see what the 445 ish holds. Oh, there's 445. So 325. So that's 1,000 again. That's not bad. 325 is not bad. That's 1,000. It puts me 52 cents down. I'll take that. Good job, Rob. Good job. They're up 871. All right, so they're continuing to go up. Kind of. All right, hold on a second. I got to get the dog out, guys. All right, I'm back. Now that we have Circle of Trust, what crazy shit are we gonna do next? Um, yeah, I don't know. Not sure the next crazy shit. I know it didn't seem that crazy to me. NAO kind of seemed like a decent opportunity. AITX up 50%. Is that what you were you replying that to Ellie's question, Rob? I'm gonna jump in that up 50%. Tide Pod challenge? Hell yeah, let's do it. You going first? I'll go second. I think Rob's already halfway into that challenge. You're everyday challenged. Is that you're handicapped? Are you handicapped, Ellie? You did a good job of hiding it. Almost 10% for NIO. Oh, bleach in your coffee. Neighbors have this terrible habit of walking. What the hell, man? Tell them to get with the times. Just go to Google Street View. That's what my kids do. My kids travel the world on Google Street View. It's amazing. All right, looks like Tesla's a little bit green here. That's good. IPHI bouncing back a little bit. Twitter. Okay, that is not up more. JD.com now with a firm cup and handle. Look at that thing. Man. That does look pretty scrumdiddly-umptious, I gotta say. We're actually breaking it right now. Our volume intraday is pretty good. We're at 3 million of 10 million 40 minutes in. Yesterday we were at 8 million. So a little hard to get super excited about the volume quite yet, but the intraday is good. So that's today's volume. Pretty blocky this morning as well on the way up. Definitely more elevated than this. There does appear to be some decent trading going on up here in JD. A beautiful cup and handle. All right, NVIDIA, speaking of cup and handles, this one came down yesterday pretty hard. RH AMD, still on the declining pennant. Donkey Kong, nope, that's not Donkey Kong, that's Space. There's Donkey Kong. No real firm bottom here as of yet. No major reversal signals. It's like general trend. EXPI. Big update the other day. So far it hasn't gone any lower. I was looking for a trade repeat on this one. Not quite sure if it's going to happen, but it is a possibility to get a bounce out of this thing, maybe back up to towards the 55 or something. There is elections on Tuesday. That's only 2 trading days after today, so I don't know. It almost feels like the biggest earnings announcement in a long time. That's kind of what it feels like. So maybe not get too overly bullish. I don't want even if I miss out on some really good gains, it's too much risk for me. My account's in too good of a spot to give it up. too good of a spot. Definitely willing to give it some time. Overstock doubled 3/4 revenue. Jeez, really? They don't like it that much, apparently. Guess they got too overheated. Yeah, PHI. YY looking good too. YY and JD looking good for China's really. Let's look at some other China names. Look at Baidu. How's Baidu looking? Baidu looks great. Baidu looks good. What else? Give some China names. Any China names? China's taking over the world again. So all right, NIO stalling up here a little bit. Not bad though. I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's got to stop for a minute or a week. Nvidia, yeah, bit of an issue for Nvidia. See, glad I bowed out and didn't hold. I gotta say that's one of the better lessons I've learned lately is to bow down, bow out of these things, and Trade desk getting pretty tight too. Earnings coming up, volume definitely declining. About a week or so after the election too, so maybe trade desk. I think those China names are. I like China, man. Look at that JD, and then you got that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good right there. Let's look at my JD trade. All right, where's JD? Hold on. All right, JD looking pretty good too. Where's my JD? I got JD 98. Volume's still looking good on JD too. Yeah, down to 81 from 105. It's not too bad. So Ganeo coming down a little bit. 145 for the markets. Tesla loosely finding support here too. Man, look at how low our volume is. Jeesh. It's been pretty low for a while now. Let's look. I'm gonna look at it on a trading view for a minute. Bitcoin popping back up, 0.5, Link 0.86. Okay. All right, another bottom attempt, another higher low still. Yeah, look at that. Bam. I love the way TradingView does volume here. It's really good. Yeah, really back to that's this is on a weekly chart. Okay, this is a weekly chart. They're back to kind of prior consolidation levels there. It's pretty good. So now we're normal. we're in fuego, and now it looks like we're just normal. Which I mean, I'll take 420 normal on Tesla. It's not bad. Watch what the next catalyst is going to be. That's a Target or something? Yeah. All right. Not too bad on that one. All right, Tesla up 1%. NAO 8.32. NVIDIA trying to come down after low. Definitely cut through the 50-day, but volume wasn't even average, so that's not much of an issue on that one. GBTC back up here a little bit. Not bad. AMD Restoration Hardware around the 50-day. All right, 1.36. All right, so we kind of found maybe an equilibrium here today. Livongo down on earnings, 3.5. Zoom, ooh, undercut. Good thing I didn't jump back in. Now we have that weird little head and shoulders pattern. Doesn't look like we're going to go down that far. Down to under the 50-day. 405 it looks like. That's a 20% drop from here. That's not super great. Vongo, NFE. That's one of those big high flyers. Dang, look at that. That is a Cascade waterfall right there. That's a waterfall worthy of Hawaii. Oh, beautiful hike. World's biggest waterfall. All right, so a base for NFE. Cool. Spotify looking like it was looking good. Range bound, Cascade lower. So definitely not the how's Fastly doing? Looks like it's made a couple new lows. So far, it looks like it's breaking that support. Breaking support. Fiverr. Bounce off the 50-day. So far, so good. Yesterday was a huge volume day. Looks like it was after earnings, though, so I guess that's why. All right, Zoom coming down. Livongo. Silver. Ooh, silver took it on the chin. I guess because of lack of stimulus money? Maybe. Hmm. JD still poking there at the top. Won't let it up. It's about the biggest bar it's had for a while. I'm not sure how much in the tank it has left. Any news? PLL joining the ranks today. Coming back to the gap. Finding a little bit of support. We found support here yesterday. Bit of a higher low today. PLL could get interesting. A pretty concise downtrend so far. Bud? He was outside. He's not in here. Yeah, PL a little bit tricky though. Little bit tricky. This was last thing was about a week ago, so no major news on PLL. Just normal trading stuff. Just some gap fill buys. That's all. All right, NIO consolidating. All right. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here, guys, unless you guys want to look at anything else. I think We can look at CNBC real quick. I gotta get ready to go to Flagstaff, put a parts list together and stuff. Got a bunch of stuff to do today, so I should use some time. Take some time to do that. Get the kids ready for school, get some food. Busy day today. GDP booms at 33.1% rate in Q3. Yeah, Pinterest shows up 38 after a monster quarter, right? Moderna preparing global launch of COVID vaccine. 2 minutes ago. There's a trade still left in there. Was it MD? Is it MDNA? mRNA. So they've taken in 1.1 billion in deposits. Signed a number of supply agreements with governments around the world. Moderna CEO said in a press release, Moderna is committed to the highest quality data standards and rigorous scientific research as we continue to work with regulators to advance Myrna. Shares were more than 2% in pre-market. A front runner in the COVID-19 vaccine race last week had completed enrollment for its 30,000 participant late-stage trials of last week. There are more than 25,000 participants that received the second company's two-dose vaccine. The company said about 37% of the participants were from diverse communities. 42% were at high risk of the disease. 53 participants are male, 47 are female. Vast majority of participants are the age over 25, with only 5% in the 18 to 24 age group. Bancel said the company expects the data and safety monitoring board, which will assess whether the trial is successful, to conduct its first interim analysis in November. The board will not conduct its analysis until after there are 53 cases of COVID diagnosed in Moderna's phase 3 trial. Okay, so they have to wait until some people get positive to see. Okay. Moderna's vaccine, which is being developed with the help of the National Institute of Health, contains genetic material called RNA or mRNA and must be stored at -4 degrees, which will preserve it for 6 months. Pfizer's requires a storage temperature of -94 degrees, so that's a benefit. Refrigerated at about 36 degrees for up to 7 days. Needs to be administered within 12 hours after thawing. Yeah, right, 1,000% in a day. Well, Moderna already ran up huge. Look at this. The company reported a third quarter loss of 200 million, greater than the loss of blah, blah, blah. Company brought in 157 million in revenue, higher than the 77 million. So they've taken 1.1 billion in vaccine deposits from governments. 1.1 billion from the revenue of 157 million. So their total revenue is 105 million. And their market cap is 26 billion. So they're going to 10x if this thing works. But you won't know if it works until late November, December, January timeframe. I am kind of surprised that the stock isn't doing more, though. Yeah, it did go from 25 up to 100, so it 4x'd. Gold's eating dust? Yeah, I think it's because of stuff. All right, guys, I got to bail. I got to get ready for my day. My long, long day. I will see you guys tomorrow or later in the power hour. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.